Hi, it's Laura from the Charleston Holistic Center. I'm just going unscripted today, and I might have to drink my tea some. Ugh, pollen. Pollen, so much pollen, I can taste it. So, elevated emotions. How do you get to them? Sometimes it can be tough. We were on a short break this week, which is why I hadn't been posting. And one of the days in the morning did not go the way I had wanted it to go. And the pollen was really high. I hadn't slept really well. And I had a minor meltdown. It was day 4 of being on vacation. And that's when they say you release a lot of stuff. So I had a little minor meltdown. It sucked. And I had a really hard time pulling my emotions back up. There were extenuating circumstances. The pollen, oy. But that's still an excuse. So, how do you do it? It's not about going from a low level emotion to joy. That doesn't work. There's very few people who can do that, especially without practice. Can the Dalai Lama do that? Sure, because a lot of practice. But how do you do it? How do I do it? What did I do to get myself out of that feeling really ugh? It was slow steps, just a step. Okay, so I was here, so I eventually brought myself to here. And then I was here, and I was like, okay, let's get here. So I got there. And then I was here, so I'm like, okay, let's get here. It's stepping up really slowly, not trying to make a huge leap. That's not going to work for most people. And what are we talking about with elevated emotions? We're talking happiness, contentment, peace, joy. Those are the elevated emotions, not just the middle emotions. So, why do we want this? Because A, it feels good, and B, if you want to improve things in your life, you have to be in the emotion that you want to feel. And I knew that when I went into that sucky emotional state. I also knew that it was not possible to jump to the top, which is why I did it in steps, and it took a little while. I had to talk through some stuff. I had to work through some stuff because really there was a releasing of tension from, well, there's just life tension. We all have it. So, getting to elevated emotion, important because A, that's a much better state to be in, and B, if you want a happy life, you have to feel the emotion before it occurs. Getting there, step, step, step. Sometimes it's little steps. Sometimes it's thinking, well, what I'm feeling right now really does suck, and no, I do not want to be here. Can I feel just slightly better? And then I push it. I push it. I don't just sit there. I push it. Sometimes it's asking, is what I'm thinking real? Am I blowing things out of proportion? Have I conflated things? Have I made mountains out of molehills? Did I hear it right? Did I hear it wrong? Did I even hear what I thought I heard at all? Have I made it all up in my head? These are questions to ask to get yourself out of some crappy state. And again, it's about steps. It's not about trying to reach bliss from feeling shitty. You can't do that. Not unless you've had a lot of practice. So work on steps. Work on thinking whether what's going on in your head, how much basis in reality that is, and how much you've just put stuff together. How much are just old programs running in your head that somebody put in there when you were 6 or 16 or 26. Doesn't matter when they got put in. They don't apply. Let them go. And then step to the next higher emotion. And then step to the next higher emotion. Steps at a time. That's all you got to do. Thank you, and namaste.